2020 NFL draft class brought us really exciting rookie wide receivers. Now it's time to figure out what they're going to do in Dynasty fantasy football leagues for their second, third, and even fourth seasons in the NFL. Here with SI fantasy analyst Michael Fabiano. And Fabs, we got three rookies to discuss and one veteran. Let's start off with, well, they were rookies last year. Let's start off with the second year playmakers that you're really excited about at the receiver position.
Yeah, how can you not be excited about Justin Jefferson? I mean, how good was he? From week 3 on, he was the wide receiver 4. I mean, that's bananas. This kid's going to be 22 years old going into next season. He is my wide receiver 7. He's my 17th overall player. Of course, he broke the rookie record for receiving yards by a wideout. He has got all the talent in the world. And with Captain Kirk throwing him the football, I think the sky's the limit for Jefferson. I also really like CeeDee Lamb, and it's not because I'm a diehard Homer Dallas Cowboys fan. Well, maybe that's part of it. But look at the numbers. Lamb averaged over 17 fantasy points in the 5 games Dak Prescott started. If you project that over a full season, he's basically right there with Justin Jefferson. CeeDee's going to be 22 years old when next season starts. And I would assume that he'll be the number 1 wide receiver in Dallas sooner rather than later because Amari Cooper may not be on the roster after 2021. Time will tell. But CeeDee Lamb is an absolute superstar in the making, assuming the Cowboys keep Dak Prescott. Fingers crossed, Cowboys fans. And then, as you mentioned, another rookie from last year, T. Higgins. He is my number 33 overall player. He's my wide receiver 14. He'll be 22 years old. He finished his rookie campaign as a wide receiver 28. So not terrible, not great, but he averaged 13 fantasy points per game. He was very good when Joe Burrow was the quarterback. And also keep in mind, A.J. Green is going to be a free agent, so he's unlikely to be back. And unless the Bengals do something stupid and draft, say, Jamar Chase with the 5th overall pick in the draft, they need to go with offensive lineman, Bill. But as long as they don't do that, T. Higgins is locked and loaded as their number 1 wide receiver and a future fantasy superstar. Imagine that combo, Burrow to Higgins. That's going to be good for a long time.
All right, so all three of those receivers coming out of their rookie year, all very good seasons. Let's talk about a veteran that, for the most part, everyone thought he was the number 1 receiver heading into 2020, but how quickly things changed for New Orleans Saints wide receiver Michael Thomas.
Yeah, things went south quick. I mean, he was the biggest bust in fantasy football. I don't care if he was hurt. I mean, even when he played, he was averaging like 12 points a game. He wasn't very good. He finished as the wide receiver 95. Like from 1 to 95, that is quite the leap in the wrong direction, Mr. Enright. And he's only going to be 28 years old, so I get it. I mean, he's still in the prime of his career. Who's the quarterback going to be for New Orleans? Will it be Jameis Winston? Will it be Taysom Hill? We're not really sure at this point. He's my wide receiver 9, so I didn't drop him significantly, but there are certainly more questions than answers. And depending on who the quarterback is in 2021 and beyond, I think, Bill, maybe Michael Thomas will fall even farther. So make sure you keep tabs on those Dynasty League rankings because I will be updating them throughout the offseason.
Is Thomas a guy that you'd go after this offseason for a trade, considering that he is coming off such a bad year?
Yeah, he's certainly a guy that you would want to try and buy low on, right? Because he was just so bad, even when he played, but he still got the name value. Really, it all depends on who the quarterback is. It really does. If Taysom Hill's the quarterback, are you going to trust Michael Thomas as a top 10 wide receiver? Not sure about that. If it's Jameis Winston, well, maybe, because Jameis loves to throw the football, of course. He's closer to Breeze than he is to Taysom Hill. Let's put it that way. But it all depends on who's throwing the football in New Orleans. And one thing that we seemingly know right now, it won't be Drew Brees.
All right, plenty more of Michael Fabiano's Dynasty fantasy football coverage. Check out his rankings. Go to si.com/fantasy.